There we are.
Okay.
We are live.
Don't you dare set that thing over again. I'll smack you.
Yeah, I didn't figure out
I'll
how to
find a
do
way to
that.
reach through that computer and I'll smack the shit out of you. That's where you're supposed to go like this. That's supposed to be.
That was.
I know it was. It was if you wouldn't have ruined it. Okay. What are we doing?
Oh, we're asking people questions, man.
We're gonna ask some questions. Oh boy, I
Yeah,
can't
we
wait.
want to know what people want to see in
What do you want us?
a promotional premiere that
What
we're
do you
going to
want
put
to
out
see
for our
us
channel.
do? We're gonna do what you tell us to do.
Hey, Stevie. Angela Baby Carson's in.
What's up, Angela?
And we got Mr. Anus, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Jim, nice to see you as always. I've always wanted to see my anus. And, you know, of course, Jehovah's daughter's in there.
I don't know. I don't see. Stupid bug. Get away.
And there's Saddlebone. Look at her.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Sorry.
Huh?
I guess I'm sneaking up that.
You're killing my ears with that. I know it's loud.
What?
And I haven't had anything to eat yet.
Hold on. I need to go get some bug spray because I'm getting eaten alive.
Get the citronella out.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'm left again holding the bag. We're discussing, CB, is what you guys would like to see us do in the channel, and we're going to make a premiere of it. I'm going to start just basically going down the road that you guys think that we should go down with the channel. What you would like to see done as, you know, like proof-wise, covering topics. That kind of. Wow, how many people do I got in this room? I got 11 people. How's the sound? Am I echoing? Is it clean? You should see this one.
This one? Which one?
Oh, Mr. Anus is commenting here.
You're not going to fan and blow the smoke away.
Oh, wow.
Get the bugs off me, too.
Your microphone's picking up a lot of wind right there.
Oh, okay. Here, let me move the.
Hey, Super. How you doing?
What's up, Super Sidewinder? What if I put it over here? Is that better?
Well, Angela Baby Carson wants to cover flat Earth, I think, from what I can tell so far.
Okay. Of course.
It's a good start. I've covered a lot of it so far. I haven't done everything I got, but I just want a good format and something everybody wants to watch.
Yeah, I want to do some.
Oh, no, we're not doing Rising Earth. Sorry, Miss Carson. Well, we could. We could do experiments like Dell does. We get some water bottles and a couple of water levels. We could go off and do that, couldn't we? We could put it to the test. You want to do that? We could either prove or disprove his theory. Angela's laughing.
Yeah, she was kidding, I think.
I don't know.
I
wouldn't mind going through Dell's experiments. I mean, I think Michael and PJ did some of them earlier. I'm not gonna even go there.
There's only one experiment that's important to me.
What's that experiment? I know what you want to do. Tell them about what your idea is. Your two-way black swan. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's basically I want to get at least 2 cameras and film boats going over the curve from different angles, like from the side view. So, like, let's say on a sheet of paper, let's say this is my paper, okay? I got a camera that's up here and it's looking at the ships over here. We got a camera over here, even back down here. So we can watch it. Watching it from 90-degree angle, you can see that it's going from left to right and it's not going over a curve. So you can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt there is no curve.
Curve, yeah.
Doing that.
I'm surprised nobody's really.
The only, as far as I'm concerned, that's the only and the most convincing one.
Really, I'm surprised that nobody's.
And I don't know why nobody. I've never seen a video yet, not one that does exactly that. Why not? It's not that difficult.
I just
you can do it on a coffee table. You could actually show it on a coffee table. You know, you don't even need that big of an area. You just need the camera to be lined up so that you're seeing the.
Hey, Saddlebone.
You know what I mean? It's not that difficult.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
It's an easy experiment, but I want to do it in real time, and I want to do it live so that you can see for yourself. You can watch the ship. On one camera you see it going away from you and disappearing, and from the other camera you see it going from your left to your right. So you'll know absolutely it's the same ship, and you won't be any doubt in your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll show that it's flat. Got it?
Yeah, I know.
We'll measure the water, make sure that it's actually level, so that way no one can argue that, oh no, the water might not be level, Ryan. Well, okay, we're going to make sure that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Super's got it. He got the idea. See it? Rear view, side view. I'm sorry, Barb. We're not trying to bore you. We want to spice the whole thing up. We want to make it worth your watch. You know what I'm saying? We want to get out, get dirty, and make you want to watch it.
Well, it wouldn't be a problem if they weren't forcing people to learn it that way. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the reason why it's a problem. It's because we're being lied to. It's not because flat Earth is that important. It's the fact that it's a lie. That's the only reason why I cover it.
They keep teaching it.
I feel so passionate about it. It's because it's very important to your salvation, especially if you're a science believing person and you believe in all this other doctrine that you learn in school. It's a lot harder to let go of that if you don't have something to replace it. And I wouldn't suggest that you replace something like that in your life with nothing. You know what I mean? You're going to need something to replace it with. It's just like when you lose someone in your family or you lose a wife or a husband. It's just, that's how it is. You know what I mean? Psychologically, you have to replace it. So it's not. So I think a lot of times that's the reason why people resist it so much. It's because we know what that could do to us. Like we have to change all of our morals or all, like if we're going against our own belief in our own head, that could be damaging. You know what I'm saying? That I think that's why June reacts the way he does, is because it actually does affect him. It makes him crazy, right? It makes him all angry and makes him want to go after people for no reason except he just doesn't want them to believe something he doesn't believe in. It's just weird. But
Miss Carson likes to force people to learn.
it is. Well, you can lead them down the path, and you can smash their face.
You can't make them,
but you can't make them understand. They can still say, they can sit there and say, well, I think level is different than what you think it is. Whatever.
Well, I've never seen level any other way but one way in physical reality.
And you know what? I went through this when I was a kid because when I started doing carpentry, I had to learn how to use the level and how to use a square and all that.
Yeah.
And so as he was teaching me how to make the measurements and how you have to measure your cut, and you got to remember your cut is going to be that much. So when you cut something off, you have to remember that's missing every time so that you're measuring it properly afterwards. So you always measure twice and then cut once. You know what I mean? It's like this is just for that you do. And like when you're finding plumb, like when you're in a house and you're finding plumb and you want to make sure that the floor is all level or whatever, you're making sure your sill is sitting right. They have to be level. You have to use the bolts that bolt down the sill to make sure they're perfectly straight. Otherwise, you'll fail. It'll fail. Fail the. Dude, I don't know what's going on over here, but I swear something keeps knocking over my jars. Every time I come out here, they're knocked over, and I just saw one fall over by itself. Nobody touched it; it just fell over.
Yeah, I agree with you, Angela. Level is level, and horizontal is level in all directions. That's what his experiment's going to present. It's what it represents.
It's just a simple. It's simple. I mean, and then you can go out and do it the same way yourself. You can have two people with a camera, and all you need to do is get them on a live stream and have them broadcast live, one from one angle, one from the other, and then you can watch it all live. Sit there and watch your ship disappear, and you see. So forget zooming in on it because our eyes can't zoom. Let's just show how without using the camera, without zooming, you can see that it's not going over a curve in real time. Like if I can see live that same ship going from my left to right, and I'm holding up the damn level, and I see it's not going over a curve.
Yeah.
This guy over here, he's saying, no, it's definitely disappearing from the bottom. Well, it doesn't appear to be, dude. It doesn't look like it's disappearing from the bottom.
And Angela's really jealous of your bong, dude.
Oh, is she? Well, Sheriff, you're around. Come on over. Well, my wife might not like that, but
Oh God,
you already yelled at me. I was sticking up the house.
you don't smoke it inside, do you?
No, I don't. Well, once in a great while, I'll take a puff off the vape and I'll blow it like in the fan and under above the sink or something if I don't want to go outside because it's cold or something. But that's about it.
Yeah, I've got a DAP pen, and I don't need to use a bong anymore. Once I got a hold of the DAP pen, it's like I get the same amount, dude, less work. No, she's not jealous. She has a dab rig too, like me.
Yeah, I got a dab rig that goes on this too. It's like a little hook thing, but I don't do dabs much. I don't know. It's like I'm afraid of it now. I'm not even been using my vapes much. I only use it when I'm like have to be in the car or something, and I can't stay. I don't want to smell like
Dude,
it or whatever.
Mine is something about it, man. It just the concentrate just hits you, dude, hard.
Did I show you this new toy that I got?
No.
It looks
Oh, you showed me that one, yeah.
It looks like a diaphragm. It's kind of disgusting looking, but I'm telling you what, this thing shoots just as hard and as fast and actually more accurate than the slingshot I've got. This little tiny thing right here will shoot better and straighter than a slingshot will. And I don't know how the hell I'm not even sure, like,
yeah,
my mind is still wrapping myself around that because I was able to hit stuff that I couldn't hit with the slingshot pulling my hand all the way back. I couldn't hit it, but I could hit it with this for some reason. It just ting, hit it every time. I was like, what the hell?
I wanted to do an experiment myself, but I don't know if you would be in for it. It's kind of like a Cavendish style experiment, but I want to actually use velocity with weight to use the centrifugal force. I want to actually create a dome and actually get it to spin at the rate we're spinning that.
Oh,
in a vacuum.
You realize how dangerous that is?
Yeah, I know.
Oh. Well, in a vacuum, I don't know how you do that in a vacuum, but you'd have to build a big, huge room. But
you have to build.
What we're talking about, like what, 2 or 3 joules below what we already have, or what are you talking about? How strong of a vacuum are we talking about?
I want to replicate something,
right? So even if we had a warehouse size with concrete, foot thick, it would still suck air through it. You know that, right?
Yeah, no, I want to do a smaller scale, dude. Nothing that big.
You suck through solid steel. That's how pressure works, dude.
Well,
like a vacuum that strong would suck air bubbles through steel.
The thing with actually getting the velocity with a sphere with weight to it to actually show how the spinning model doesn't work, that's what I'm looking for. I actually know that the weight would put it off balance.
It's too bad that we couldn't create a force field that would hold the water onto a ball and into a place like up here and levitate it so that we could get it spinning and then just cut all that off and then see what happens to it, right? When it doesn't have the force field to hold it in.
Yeah.
But I don't know that would prove anything except maybe convince a bunch of crazy people that maybe it's possible. Look, it actually survived for a long time. Like,
thousands and billions of years.
We all know if it's spinning on an axis, it doesn't make any sense that it would even be remotely round. It doesn't make any logical sense. We all know that.
Angela's been listening to Dell. There is no weight in free fall.
And you wouldn't. Well, free fall is different than weightlessness.
Yeah.
I think people misunderstand that. And I know I do because when I was reading something about, someone was talking about it, right? And I had never even heard anybody even mention like the difference between the two. I just thought, well, maybe, I don't know. It's never occurred to me that there would be a difference, but there is. And I was like, so the difference between the two, he goes, well, with weightlessness, there's no air to push off of. So you're literally not only weightless, but you can't even swim around. Like you're just floating in whatever direction you happen to be going once you become weightless, right? He goes,
but you still have velocity, though.
Just float away. It would be like being in a room with no wind and having like a balloon that was perfectly buoyant and you just poked it. It would just slowly float away, right? And it would just continue, just keep on going until, like the wind slowed it down or something.
I'm going to give Angela an example.
Rushing past you, except unless you're inside of a plane or a capsule, but still there would be air rushing past you, so you would be able to, it's still a completely different experience, right? Yeah,
but I mean, your weight's actually causing the velocity to begin with, right?
Yes.
You're being projected at a weight. It's not just free fall.
When they do that slingshot thing in the airplane, that's exactly what they just basically start to lose altitude as quickly as possible without stalling, and then you get this effect where you like come out of your chair because you become nearly weightless. Yeah, but it's not.
I'll give you this.
You're just falling, and there's no air rushing past you to slow you down, so you just kind of float around like I don't know. It's a trick. Obviously, it's a part of the trick. But
yeah, well, I'm going to go outside with it. Let's go with a sky jumper. Let's say you're free falling in out of an airplane.
Up from below you, yes.
Yeah,
your
well,
face is, like it's ripping past. Yeah,
I got a better example. Wait, if you ran into another skydiver, you would actually hurt them.
Oh yeah, you would probably
with your weight,
both of you out. Yes.
Yeah. So
unless you were going about the same speed and at a slow angle. Yeah.
You do have weight while you're free falling, Angela. I can give you so many examples, but it's all right. I understand Dale's thought experiment there. It's fine. You can't prove that you don't have weight. Oh, she wants a wrench. I'll give you one. Hold on, honey. Just a second.
But this is just a junior. It's called the Pocket Shot Junior. I know there's a.
Oh, it is? Nice.
It's just the junior version. And it did have a cap on it, but I don't know what the hell I did with it. It just barely screwed on there. It didn't stay on very good. So I guess you could keep ammo in it whenever you're not using it. But I just stick it in my pocket like this. And it's really, really small. And who would even expect that to be a weapon, right? A little bag like it, like, like an ammo bag. It doesn't look like a weapon. But I can trust me, I can knock you out pretty good with this thing, bro. It's insane. Like how hard it shoots something. Like it's crazy. And you know what's funny is that I've known this because when I was a kid, we used to take BBs and we'd get a balloon and we'd cut the end off of it and we'd roll the part back and we'd use hot glue around it so it would hold it tight so we could put it in our mouth. And then we'd pull on it and we'd suck air into it and then we'd drop the BBs and then we go and we'd snap it and it would come out of our mouth and we'd fling BBs like really hard until we knocked a couple holes in the window and then we got in trouble. But that's where
oh my God.
Obviously.
Do you ever heard of a guy named Sean Aliki?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Why?
Oh no, he's in the oceanic stuff. He's just sent me a link. I don't.
Is that AIKE or is it
Alki?
Alki? How does it say it?
Alki. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or Alk. It might be Alk.
I think he's in the just saltwater tanks, but I don't know why they just sent me that. That was weird.
I don't know.
Out of the blue. Hey, we're live right now.
Yeah, no shit.
I saw my face on there.
Amazing. You saw your own face?
Yeah. I saw you looking in there too. Like
I look like a ghost. I look like Whitey and shit.
It's the lighting, dude.
The shirt especially because it's reflecting. The shirt is actually orange.
Oh, okay, I got it. Angela's husband. That's who that is. Oh, thanks, Angela. Yeah.
Well,
nice. Yeah. Now she's a married girl. She's off limits. Boys, settle down.
Yeah.
There ain't that many boys.
Angela Baby Carson.
Yeah.
What? Who's winning?
Who cares?
My daughter are playing Wii, and they're playing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were watching the game.
No.
There's Sean in there now. Say hi to Sean.
Sean. Yeah, I was gonna say he just came in right after you said that.
I like the way you spell your name, dude. It's better than Sean Hawkins.
Yeah, I like both. But the first person that I ever met that was named Sean was this kid that gave me my nickname, my rookie nickname.
Okay.
And but anyway, his name was Sean Harrington, and he was like the coolest kid in the world. Like he did acid and he smoked pot all the time, and we would go on like when I was in this continuation school, right? Because I dropped out of high school because I didn't get along with all the other kids. So they told me I could go on continuation because my mom didn't want me to just drop out. So I was like, all right, then I'll go ahead and get my GED that way or something, right? So I was starting to work towards that. So while I was in there, though, it was all the misfits in all the high schools that were around the area because it was a small town. So pretty much all the misfits ended up in this school. And we all basically, the teacher didn't care what we did as long as we did our work. And as long as we didn't, like do drugs inside the schoolroom or, in his presence, he didn't care what we did. we'd go on break and we'd get stoned and we'd come back and we'd do our homework high. He didn't care, dude. He just, as long as we came and did our work, and he didn't really care. But anyway,
nice teacher.
But anyway, Sean, he was the coolest dude. He was like the short blonde kid that rode a skateboard.
Hey, Sean.
He sounded like a surfer, but he wasn't a surfer. He obviously never even been in the ocean, I don't think. But he was like this cool kid that did acid, and he was always talking about. He was just like, he was cool, even though he was like a troublemaker type. He was just like, he was like one of the coolest kids that I hung out with, that I went to school with. Most of the kids picked on me and didn't like me. So.
All right, I want to put it to the audience. Do you think you want to see me and Ryan do his experiment? That would be, we're going to use a boat to do it. We're going to do it over water. So,
well, we don't have to do it necessarily be in a boat, but yeah, we could.
Yeah, that would make it easier to get both directions, right?
Yeah, and actually closer to the water too. But I know there's a place in Treasure Island where we could be, and I could stand. We could put somebody in Oakland. You wouldn't be able to see each other.
Happy birthday, Angela's birthday, dude. Hey,
oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I heard about that last night, actually.
Happy birthday, Angela.
Yeah, I heard about it last night. Birthday after midnight last night, yeah. Or whenever it was last night.
Nice. I'm sure Flatfleet will mention it on his show today. Well, I'll say happy birthday to her later again. Nice. Yeah. I was over at Eddie Banjo's earlier, and Sean Hawkins decided to follow me over there, I think.
Oh, is that what
he came in guns a-blazing, dude. Yeah.
Really? Yeah, he seemed intent on getting to say something else to one of us, huh?
Why not? He'll use it in a clip, dude. That's what he'll do with it.
I know, he's looking for content, I know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well, Eddie's sharp as hell. He asked one question: is he a flat earther? Yes or no? And that was it.
Darwin,
I know. We should go over the early bird right quick and see.
Serious. Like, we should go over and talk to Darwin and find out what's really going on over there. What's going on with him? Like,
okay, yeah, that's an idea. Why not get both sides of the story instead of like just seeing what Jamie has to put out about it?
Well, no, it's not even that. It's just like, I mean, I'm sure that I can only imagine that something's triggered him that makes him act like that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm only assuming maybe he's just always like that, or maybe he's I don't know, dude. Like, I wonder, though. Because I don't remember him being such a dick. I remember he used to be cool. Like, I used to like him. I used to, like, watch his show once in a while. But I don't remember him ever being weird like that until that one time. And then, like I said, I just stopped watching.
Well, he was from what
or whatever, but still.
From what I got to know from all those comments, he does it when he gets in the chat and he gets frustrated with them because they push his buttons.
Whenever a troll comes in or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, he gets mad as hell. He doesn't have patience for it. So.
But I'm saying, I wonder how he acts when you go in there and you don't troll him. Like, if you just go in there and talk to him and ask him questions, like even if you're faking it, but still, you're more convincing or whatever.
Well, Moxie's been faking it with him for a long time, dude.
I bet. I was gonna say, yeah, I know there's a couple of people that go, but I'm just curious, like, has anybody actually followed him long enough and actually pay attention to what's going on to find out like what's going on with him?
Well, dude, I can't watch his shows, dude. I really can't.
I can't either. I can't sit there, but I'm saying somebody actually has taken one for the team and watched a lot of that and figured it out, but. I think
Jamie has for sure.
You could have AI watch it. Well, maybe, but probably not all of it, right? Just what he needed, right? But he gives so much. It's like one episode's all you really need.
Okay, I'm gonna step into his last little stream right quick and just take a look at it. You ready? Since you brought it up.
Since I brought it up. Okay, go ahead.
You did.
I'm right here. Who is that? What is it?
Ghostbusters Froze. That's the name of this stream. Empire, but expect something or other. Okay. All right. Let's see. We'll put something in his comments. He knows who I am, so if I leave him a comment, come over to my channel. We need to talk. Yeah.
You can invite him over. That's smart.
Why not?
I don't know.
We're just going to have a conversation about his show and how things are going with him. That's it.
Do you think we can roll into that? Go for
I'm not trying to give him the fault for anything, man. I don't have anything really against him. I just think he needs to calm the fuck down.
I really kind of want to find out why the hell he's been acting like that. Like, there's got to be a reason. Like, maybe he's going through some shit and he really just needs a friend. Like,
Hey,
maybe that's all it really is, bro.
he only got 5 likes on this one, dude, and he has 3,000 subs. What the hell? I like this thing for him.
Oh,
Give him another like. Yeah. Is he? Hey, Liv. Is he waiting?
I don't know. I don't see him.
Okay.
I
I'll
can't
look.
see whether he's in there.
I usually get an alert. Let's take a look at what his little stream is here.
Well, usually you can see it. Can you see him in the background?
Well, I'm not looking at that side. I'm over here with Arwen.
I see. Well, if I s-
Okay, hold on. I'm looking.
if you want independent or not. Anyway, I'd say to
Is
look.
he? No, Arwen's a flat earther, dude, Sean. No, he's not a glober.
He's like Dell. He believes it's. Well, I don't even know what he believes because I don't watch the show.
No, he's went through all the stages.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know he was an upwards earther or whatever. I thought.
I don't think he is, dude. I think Arwen's just he goes from one theory to the next, dude, constantly.
Maybe he doesn't know what he's. Yeah, he hasn't decided yet, right?
Oh, Lev wants to jump in.
Like most of us do, where we just get to the point where we're just like, well, what the fuck is it then? Why do I even care? We'll jump in.
Yeah. I know. Let's turn him up. He's really low. The hell?
And
Okay.
if you haven't already,
Let's just give it a listen for a second.
hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live,
Whoa, dude.
which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, the Give Send Go. Links are in the description box below. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I can really use it. So yeah.
I'm going to say this. Get a job, Arwen. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Weather today is a little bit more clouded.
This is normal for him.
Fluffy little clouds up there. Ah,
Mr. Lev, Mr. Shaolin, how are you doing this afternoon, sir? Or this evening, or this morning, or whatever? Morning. Okay, it's morning time for you. All right.
Yeah. I tend to say morning all the time anyway. It doesn't really matter what time of day it is. It's kind of like a positive aspect of things. You know what I mean?
Well, it is the AM here. Yeah. It's 12:44 where I'm at. It's 12:44 AM here. So yeah, it is morning technically, and he's making a lot of noise. Oh. Okay, sorry.
I'm 7.
That's wind blowing on his mic right now. Hold on. What time? 7? You said in the AM? Not too bad.
7:45.
It's early
Yeah.
morning for
It's
you.
only like 3 hours different.
Did you get your boiler
3
fixed
hours
yet?
difference.
Yeah,
3 hours? Well, no, I'm 12:44 in the AM.
Oh,
Like,
I thought
it's
you said
past midnight.
12:45.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're wrong.
No.
What time is it
We're looking
where
at
I was?
Arwen for a minute. I have no idea, dude. We're not watching the live stream. He won't be on till like 2 o'clock here.
okay.
He's in Holland, or Amsterdam, somewhere.
That's right, Amsterdam. That's right. That's a wow. Of all the places.
We're,
He's
we're
Dutch.
earlier than the early bird.
He's never early. He never gets there on time. We're going to see what's up with him because back when we first got involved with FED and actually started, he was really mellow and
Cool.
and
I remember talking to him. He was pretty cool.
then he went on a tangent with Nathan over the money.
And then Jaron and with all Bob and everything back in the day, he ended up fighting with them too because he was part of the show then. He used to go on the show all the time, kind of like I go on, Flatz's show. It's kind of like that kind of thing. And then all of a sudden he just I don't know what happened. They didn't really explain it. Jaron didn't really give us much information. And then when they went on to, what is that called again? That other damn site that they go to where you got to pay or whatever, Rockfin or whatever. And when they went to Rockfin, I just stopped watching. I like Jaron and Bob, and then right after that, it wasn't very long after that, that Bob passed away, and I was like, holy crap, dude! Like, what's going on with us? You know, like. And then, of course, what's his name passed away too, and I was like, dude, what is going on here? Like, why are all these flat earthers dying, dude? And they're not even that old. Like,
Bob was a little over, I think, 60,
Bob,
right?
Yeah, Bob was older, but I'm saying, like, I don't know. You know,
well, he wasn't the healthiest dude neither. I promise you
I
that.
know, but I mean, I know he was starting to look like he might have had a stroke or something. But I'm just saying, like, he was a lot older though. But, like with Jaron and stuff, like, you know, you could still tell that Jaron's not over 35, right? He's a day over 25. You know what I'm saying? He still sounds like a kid, but I realize he's different now. Like, he's changed. He used to be this really smart, young, like, intelligent dude that seemed like he had his head on his shoulders. And now, I don't know. It's not necessarily that it's bad. It's just different. It's not the same dude. It's like everything's kind of like just fucked him up a little bit. You know, like all the shit that goes on in this kind of movement or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of difficult when you think about it.
Well, it's basically what it's become as a debate arena, dude. That's all it is.
Like, I can almost guarantee you that Arwen's going through some kind of mental thing. It's probably something in his life that he's not talking about. Everybody just fucking with him is just making it worse, and it's probably just that's why he gets like that. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel bad for him in a way. You know what I mean? Like, honestly.
So let's take a look at his stream.
At the jokes and stuff, but, you know, honestly, I do. Like, I only laugh because, you know,
it's funny.
You know, it's funny. You know, it can be funny, but it's a serious.
Let's take a little bit of look at it right quick, dude. Let's instead of talking about it, let's see what's wrong with him, man. Let's get it. Let's look at it for a second. See what's making this whole thing so bitter, because it is becoming that way. So I'm going to skip ahead through his whole intro there. Yeah. So if you don't indulge just for a few minutes, we're not going to be on long tonight. We're just getting a feel for what people want to see in our videos, and I'm going to put together a video and a premiere. I'm going to go.
I like the humanitarian side of it. I think we should be going out and fucking making friends with people that are having trouble like this, that are getting, you know, like, maybe they just need a friend. Maybe they, you know, like, why do we got to be such assholes to everybody?
Yeah, well, the thing is, it seems like everybody that gets close to Arwen seems to get pushed away, and I think it's Arwen.
Maybe, it might be, but like I said, maybe we're wrong. Maybe he is just nuts or something. I don't know. But I'd hate to say that about somebody that seemed like a nice guy not that long ago. I mean, obviously something's happened to him. I'm curious what it is, though. Because he was a friend. I considered him a friend anyway for a while. Now I'm starting to wonder, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. I know why Sean's out and about, because he did a review on our show on Flatzoids, the last show he did with Andrew Johnson. So he's trying to put more material in. So he's following all Flatz's people around everywhere they go.
Gotcha.
All right. Now let's hear Arwen for a minute. Let's see what's going on with him.
Today might be the last early bird show.
Okay, here he goes.
And I'm perfectly fine with that, because I could actually spend my time better at this point, considering the amount of support that I'm getting.
Maybe that's the problem.
Right.
He's not getting any support. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. He looks like really distraught right here, dude. Like nobody wants to see.
He's defeated. Like he thought he was going to be able to support himself on just doing this, and it's not working out, and so it's bugging him. And it's not. Maybe he's just not willing to admit that, you know, he's not entertaining anymore. I don't know. Maybe he just needs something to kick him in the ass and get him back to normal, so that people will want to watch the show again and he'll get more support. I don't know, but, like, you know, maybe there's a way we can help him rather than trying to make him out to be an asshole. I don't know. Maybe, I'm just saying. What do you think?
Miss Carson here?
Right thing, right? Right thing to do something, right? Like, I would hope that if I was, like, losing it like that, somebody would come and tell me, "Hey, dude, like, what's going on?" You know, and try to, like, talk me down, or try to at least let me know, "Hey, bro, like, you know, we see that something's going on. You know, like, maybe you need a friend. You know, like, what's going on, man?"
Yeah. Well, Lev's trying to say something. What are you saying, Lev?
It depends how serious this is. You know what I mean? Like, because, like, it wasn't really brought to my attention until, like, I've come and see a family and stuff like that.
But he doesn't look happy.
You can see it really have to do it. I mean, there's a lot of things, you know what I mean? There's like the opposition trolls and all these kind of things and stuff like and having it like an overreaction on a panel and all these kind of things and stuff. And then having to live with that, you know what I mean? And then, you know, it kind of plays on your mind what your viewers think and all these kind of things and stuff like. So, you know, it's a big part of like under yourself, you know what I mean? Like being on panels and all these kind of things. It's kind of like,
Hey, Lev, can you do me a favor right quick? Hold on. You're like cutting out when you get high, and then you're starting to robot. I think your signal is like really kind of low where you are.
It might be his microphone.
Maybe.
Or it might be because he's not able to talk very loud or something too. Like I don't know where he's at.
Well, when he gets to high notes, it clips. So I'm kind of making out.
That's because the mic is cutting. It's not properly blocking out the background. It's blocking you out as the background because you're not being loud enough or whatever. You know what I mean?
Try saying something really loud, Liv. Like say, "Hey," just do that for me.
hey!
There you go. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You can just speak up a little bit if you can. If you can't be loud, then tell us and we'll understand. But
yeah.
No, I'm in this room. This room's kind of like alright and stuff like. The living room's a nightmare, so I've got used to it after a few years of like living in there and stuff like that. And so I'm out waiting.
Yeah, he is cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, dude. I think it might be your service. I can hear you when you get loud. Yeah, try that, and we can actually hear what you're saying. We don't want to miss a word you say.
Or even try just waiting a little bit. Sometimes the signal will go bad and then it'll go back to normal or whatever for whatever reason. Like something moves, you never know.
So let's hear Arwen.
Because we have heard you clearly, so we know it does work.
I got you. I don't want to analyze him to death. I just want to know why everybody's picking on him for myself, man.
Me too.
All the new subscribers.
Yeah.
That's really cool. New subscribers, really cool. Well, nobody showing up in chat. No support. Not cool.
All right, let me give it a shot again.
Hello, how we doing?
Better, dude.
Yeah, it's better.
That's like smooth. Oh yeah.
Well, like a delay. There seems to be a delay.
Just go like this and talk to the microphone.
I don't think he has one of those.
I know, but it would help.
Yeah, I'm just talking.
I only paid $20 for this at Walmart, dude. Like, come on. I know you probably don't have Walmart where you're at, but I'm sure you have some kind of discount electronics store where they sell stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's like a $20.
What do you got?
I know actually. Now you said Walmart, we've got an Asda, and that sells Walmart stuff.
Yeah,
right.
I've heard of it. They got
right.
PJ's talked about it.
Right.
So
I've forgotten. It's been so long since I was out there. I went to Ireland for a month, so I do remember like some of the stores, but it's been so long I don't remember the names of them anymore. Like, you know, I remember there was a place we had to go to get like chocolate bars and candy that was either from America or anywhere, like all the places around like the UK and all that, and both sides of the water. You would go to this certain store and it was like some big shopping store or whatever, this grocery store. And they had all kinds of different candy there. It was crazy. So I know that everything's different there than like it is in America.
Yeah.
But you have the same similar. You have a place that you can go get what you need.
I've been to America before.
Now we're all cozy here, man.
If you got money.
Yeah,
I realize money is an option.
Well, Lev, I actually work at Walmart, so I can get you a discount. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, don't say that. You get yourself in trouble. All you have to do is get a job at Walmart part time, and you get a discount. It's not that difficult. I mean, what is it? We'll work 4 hours a week or something, you know. Get a discount.
No, Scott's in, but
if you buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, the discount really don't. It does better with food and stuff, and when you get bigger items,
large amounts of money. Yeah, it's real low.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look. See it.
I used to spend lots of money at Walmart. Now I buy stuff off the internet too, but it used to be Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go shopping.
I got you. So let's take a look at our fair Dutch boil a little bit more. Ready?
Right. Yeah. I mean, what am I going to do with these subscribers? I'm not even monetized. So what am I supposed to get out of that?
Oh, I see. So he hasn't monetized, but he still is supporting himself by his subscribers. Okay.
No, he's getting Patreons.
All right. Hey, Seeking Star
PayPal.
Warrior, first in chat.
Right, yeah.
Actually, first
right.
in chat. Good to see you, man.
So for a while that was going good for him,
Mighty
and now
Mouse
that
is
it's not
going
working,
away.
now
Okay.
he's okay. I see.
Ah,
He's hurt.
I'm glad.
Yeah, he's hurting. Yeah.
I'm glad you're there. I was worried. I hadn't heard from you since the whole
I hear a couple of things. Sure.
Helena. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Great Scott.
A little bit south of you, but I
Yeah, I know.
wasn't entirely sure since you had been moving around.
Yeah, he does. He sounds depressed as fuck.
But I'm glad you're still
Yeah.
there.
He does. He doesn't sound like himself at all. He sounds like this defeated ass person that just got dumped by his girlfriend or something. He doesn't
Where
sound
did
like normal. Like I'm
where
not trying to
did-
be
where-
mean
What
to
have you
him. I'm
been
just
up
saying
to?
he does. He
Hold
sounds
on.
like.
Yeah, I got you. Well, Lev just dropped out, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, that's why.
that's
I
okay.
don't know why. Yeah.
Well, it might be
Maybe
because
lost signal.
if we can't hear him, then I guess I get it. It's better to just wait until you get a better signal or whatever. I mean, that's
Well,
why
he was doing good just back then, dude.
I know,
He
but
was
it's something, maybe he can hear better and he can do more by when he's in the chat because he can't text in the chat when he's in here. He has to do that separate. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of
Yeah,
times people
I do.
prefer the phone because you can do both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Hey, Lev, you can come back. We weren't trying to ignore you. We just wanted to get your sound good. That's all we're
Yeah,
trying to
that's
do.
all. Yeah. Not like our sound is good, but
It's better than some. Mine was horrible when I first got on here, but then I got a little bit of equipment.
well, yeah, yeah. I've got the better mic now,
Oh.
but I mean, I could have better if I had. I'd have my mouse too, and I'd be able to do a lot of the stuff. Like I'd be able to have two tabs open and have this on one side and have the text on the other, so I could still text while I'm in here. But now I have to do it with my phone, and then when I do that, then I end up looking down, and then it makes the live stream look dumb because I'm looking down the whole time. And so I don't know. After watching myself do that for a couple of days, it's like, okay, I got to stop doing that because it just makes me look like I'm not paying attention. And
I think Lev's trying to come
even though
back
I'm
in.
trying to like keep up with the text, and I'm even going to other places and texting so that I can keep up with people and and whatever. I like to talk to people. I'm a chatter.
Zoom. I got you.
Zoom, yeah.
Lev's back in. Hey, Lev.
Yeah, I would try to press mute. It sent me to YouTube.
Yeah, I've done that before too.
Christmas early.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, Barb's got some mics, so
Different purpose. Oh, I see.
yeah, she's all over the board. All right, let's see. Let's go back in here. All right, well, no, I get he's depressed. He's not making money. Yeah, I'm not monetized. I'm not doing this for the money. He's trying to make a living out of it. Like
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think my wife wants me to make money, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess it just depends on whether or not what I'm doing is helping other people. If it does, then I guess I won't mind, taking support. But if I'm not helping somebody in some way, I don't really expect people to support me that way. Just show up and say hi to me. I don't care. That's what gets me,
Well, she's looking.
That's
I've been a career man most of my life.
giving
and
me
I've-
thumbs up and watching
yeah.
my content. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
If you like what I do, then watch my stuff.
I was actually in communications when I actually got into the career side of living, and telecommunications pays good, dude, and you get used to that lifestyle.
Now, if I started going and doing trips and doing all kinds of work,
When
where I
you
had
get
to
like shit,
get out and do all that, then yeah, I wouldn't mind accepting money and whatever support or whatever. But that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel icky about it at all, but I guess it's not something I wouldn't do. I guess, but it's like, I don't know. I never really thought about it until you started talking about like GoFundMe's and stuff, and I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, but what would probably spice his show up if he actually did do experiments and stuff? If he actually went out and did observations or whatnot, and if he actually contributed to any discovery in the community, that would help.
Well, that's what I want to
people
do.
wanna
Is
see.
try to like get involved. Like, I'm not trying to like say I want to be better than anybody, but I'm saying I want to do my duty. I want to do my part, and I think if we all did a little bit and we worked together, we could put together. I mean, a lot of people tell me this all the time. They're like, "But Ryan, we already have everything we need. We have all these videos. We have all this. It's on so and so's channel." I'm like, okay, but that's not my content, right?
Yeah,
someone else's content that I haven't verified. I haven't and then I'm gonna have to answer questions. And when people come to me and I try to share with them, I can't say, well, yeah, I was there and I did the experiment. I have to tell them, well, no, this is somebody else's experiment. And then of course, that might be the difference between me convincing them to listen to me or making them mad. I don't know. Like I always think about it that way.
Yeah. Read Barb's comment out loud.
Michael brought me a big knob system. I can use it on my keyboard, drums, or string. It's more than I need, but I'm very appreciative as he researches on what he does.
I like it. That's what is
big
a big knob?
Oh, probably. So I don't know, big knob. You mean like
It's a brand, I'm
Keyboard
pretty
with-
sure of it. Yeah.
is it? No, but I was just wondering if is it one of those keyboards that has bigger keys on it or something, or is it literally a brand? Oh,
Well, it's a microphone, man.
Behringer mic is my favorite.
Super and Boston Ray both have them.
I got you.
Yeah, I know who the company is. I've heard
Oh,
of it.
okay. That's the name of the company is Big Knob or whatever.
Yeah, that's what they're calling it. It's a big knob system. Yeah. That's funny to say it though.
Well, it's funny because we have somebody named Brian Cox that says you're a knob end and all that, and I thought that was
that's British, dude. It's British.
Yeah,
British
I know.
call.
I thought it was hilarious the first time I heard it. I go, that's a funny one. I got to remember that. That's a nice way of saying you're a prick. You know, like I can't wait to use that on somebody, and they'll be looking at me like, what the fuck?
Barb got a kick out of that. She didn't even think about it, man.
Yeah, that's why it makes me fucking laugh. Is big knob. I mean, a big knob is like a big, it's like, to me, a big knob is like a big, huge person that's like this bulky, strong man, but he's not very all there. You could like tell him where to go and he'd like crash on a building or whatever you told him to do, if you told him it right, that's what I mean by when I think of a knob, that's what I always think of. Like the term knob, like as for a person, as an adjective or whatever you call it, whatever the fuck it means, when you use it as somebody, you call somebody that, I would say, calling somebody a knob or a knob end would be like, it's like the worst part of the cut of meat or something. It's the knob end. It's like the bone right on the end of the bone or whatever. I don't know.
We call that a nub end, dude. Back where
well, whatever. Maybe that's where he got it from. I don't know, but I just thought it was funny when I first heard it. So now that's what it makes me think of every time.
Well,
I hear knob.
do this.
Makes me think of Brian Cox. And of course, knob being, the same thing you call a cock. I guess that just makes it funny to me. I don't know. I'm a sickhead. I'm sorry. I'm fucking perverted. What can I say?
Never mind.
I grew up in a very weird environment, so you can't blame me. It's like
so for a premiere video, we want to do a video of your experiment.
Yeah, I know. That's what I want to do.
Okay. All right.
I want to do a live.
You have a camera, right? You have
two phones.
2 phones, 1 camera.
Yeah, I've got 2 tripods that I can mount the phone to if I really needed to. I've got like 2 different brackets that I can hold the phone with and then bolt it to the tripod so it would stay in one spot, so we could like do a film over like an hour period or whatever, however long the camera would last, or the phone would last or whatever.
Yeah, see if you get what I just commented.
But I figure an hour is long enough to watch a ship go out to sea, right?
Yeah.
We could do it for an hour, and I've got some battery packs that I could charge the phone while we're using them, so it's not like it would go out right away. But I can't guarantee you that I'm gonna, like when I'm just walking around with the phone and I'm online, it doesn't usually last more than maybe a couple hours, and then because from all that use, it gets hot and everything, and it doesn't want to. The battery wants to be not working.
Can you figure that out? What I just said? Read it.
No. This is a big knob system.
No, what I said. Don't be a re-knob.
Hey, watch it, buddy.
Turn it around.
I know what it.
Don't be a boner.
You want to do the backwards thing again?
Yeah.
Or the ups or the big or the tig bitties, either the backwards forwards or the pig Latin. We can do pig Latin.
Well, you could say it like fat, pretty hot and tempting, or there's another way of saying that too. There's another acronym to go with that.
Words, or, there's all kinds of dumb things you could do.
Well, it could be what I've heard.
That's why I prefer to just talk like a sailor. People don't like it and they get offended by it more often, but at least I'm being to the point. I don't just sit there and make up a bunch of dumb words that mean the same thing as "fuck you." It's like, sometimes it's just that's all I know. That's what you're really trying to say. Even though you're beating around the bush, like I've been insulted before. It's not the first or the last.
You're beating around the what?
Bush.
No.
In other words, you're trying to, something, you're chasing after something. It runs into a bush, so you get a stick and you start beating on the bush, trying to get him to come out of there. It's the reference to that kind of a situation. Get it? So when you beat around the bush, it's basically instead of just going in there and reaching in there and grabbing the son of a bitch, you beat on the bush hoping the thing's going to come out. When there's no guarantee that if an animal's scared enough, it's not going to come out of the bush, bro. Like, so you beating around the bush isn't going to do anything. So you're just wasting your fucking time, That's basically why that's funny and why that. Anyway, you get it.
I got you. So. Yeah. And there's another thing I want to add to our little premiere. I want to just deconstruct Andrew Johnson's pressure experiment with the tube.
All right.
I
So,
wanna-
so what do you think's going on with so far? What do you think's really going on here with Arwen?
Lev dropped out again. Yeah. But
Do
with
you
Arwen,
think
I don't know,
do
dude.
you think like his fans have turned on him, like just because of the things he said? And do you think maybe Jamie had something to do with that because Jamie made fun of it and then made him popular for being a butthead or whatever? I mean, I
Well,
hate
for
to say
being
it.
an asshole, dude. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not like I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. I'm just saying, like Jamie's obviously calling the guy out. I mean, I would have done the same thing if he wasn't able to admit it, especially to his own subs. I probably would have called him out too if he would have kept, talking shit about me and whatever. I mean, I'm just saying, that's how it would have made me feel. So I would have responded the same way. But
yeah, Barb
doesn't mean
links
it's right.
in,
But
if anybody wants to look at it.
it's not a Christianly way to act, but sometimes you have to protect yourself from crazy people. And when I think someone's just like mentally ill, they might just get mad at me for some crazy random reason, and I have to worry about them, coming after me or something. Yeah, I think that I'm probably just going to avoid the person. I'm not going to want to, you know what I mean? Stay away from them.
I think Shaolin's back. Yeah, hold on. Let me let him back.
Just stop watching the stuff. Stop being involved. Yeah, I just.
Hey, Lev.
If the person triggers me, I just go.
Thank you.
If you've done something.
Lev's going to say hi again. Hi, Lev.
Hey.
Hey,
Got me
how you
again.
doing? Dang it, you did it again. Now let's see where Arwen's getting ready to get triggered right here. I just looked at it. So
No, you're watching ahead, you cheater.
I'm just scrolling through it a little bit.
He's in his phone going, let's see what's going on. Like, because Ryan is going to let me talk. Let's watch it. So let's skim through and find the good spot.
Well, no, I'm doing it on here. I'm not on the phone. If you're not paying attention,
well, whatever.
Skipping ahead. All right, now let's hear what he's got to say.
I did.
Oh, now it's about the girl left behind who can't be a Ghostbuster anymore. Like, oh, we really want to see the whiny, mopey teenage girl who can't be a Ghostbuster because she's not adult. We want to see more about that. Oh, yes. No. But they did it anyway. Ugh.
He's in the Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
dude.
Predictable.
Ghostbusters? I wasn't aware.
Yeah, that's what the stream is supposedly about. Read the top. It says the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I know. I haven't even
Frozen
watched
Empire.
the movie. I started to watch it the other day, and it's a series, right? It's
I
like
guess. I don't know.
Netflix thing or a Netflix movie or whatever the hell it is. I seen it advertised on. I almost started watching it, but then for some reason I stopped. I don't remember why, but I had to stop for whatever. I think it was because I was going on live with you or something. But I stopped watching it, and then I didn't go back to it yet.
Well, the camera bit the dust again. That's nice. Okay,
Well,
I need a better camera because if I let it sit, it doesn't recognize it anymore.
I need a better face and a better background.
Thanks.
I said I do. I'm not talking about
Oh,
you.
okay. And Lev dropped out again.
It's on you,
He hit
man.
the button. All right. Let's see how triggered he gets right quick. Let's just skim through it. We'll get the idea of why
I
people
was just gonna
don't
say,
like
I
him.
don't want to sit here and watch his whole show. I'm just
No.
concerned about him to see like what's making him go. Why does he get so angry? Like,
Yeah.
who does it? Like, is there somebody that just goes in there on a daily basis and just picks at him until he goes off? Is that what is happening or what?
I think so, dude.
That's kind of
Yeah,
messed
Lev's
up.
back
Dude.
again.
Maybe we should like, I don't know. Maybe we should show those people what it's like. I don't know.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know, man. It's
Go. Well, you see how they react when we come in their shows.
I mean, I hate to say, but sometimes that's the best way to deal with assholes like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The best
Well,
way to
here-
deal with it, right? Because you can't, because if you go too far and you get angry and you start screaming, then you could end up with legal problems, right? So you don't
Yeah.
just play this game back, bro. You don't let it get to you. Don't get mad. I mean, I want to get mad all the time, but you got to realize these are people that don't even know me. They don't really care about me. They're not really. It's not really personal. I just don't want to make my point not make sense so that they can get on to the next guy. They don't really care about me. They don't know who I am, or they don't know what kind of person I am, or whether I love my family or they love me back. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know none of that. They don't care, right? But I do. Like, and I think everybody does, right? Like, we all know that we're all human, or whatever you want to call it. I don't like to be called a human, but because it means that I'm a slave, but whatever. Anyway, you know what I mean? I'm just a man, and you guys are just men and women, just like everybody else. Like we're all the same in one sense that we all have the same kind of thoughts. We all go through the same problems. We all lie. We all cheat. We all steal. We all do dumb things, right? We all make mistakes. We all say things we don't mean. That's just how it is, right? It's just when we do it is, and how we respond to it or how we recover from it is more like what makes us who we are, right? The best. Like, because you can either just go down that road where you're just mad all the time and you're angry and you're just trying to, attack everybody and letting them do the same to you, or you can go the opposite direction and you can like go, you know what? Why don't we flip the switch? Like, what's wrong with that? I don't know. I like the idea. Flip the switch on people. Like, instead of chasing people away from my house, sometimes I just go out there and talk to them and find out who they are and why they're around. And sometimes that works, but other times I find out that was a mistake and they're just drug addicts and they're not going to be nice. Okay, anyway. What? Can you not hear me?
Yeah.
Break your mic. Good. Let's go. Physically ill. Wow. That's weird. Did you check out the big knob system? Do you really? Oh. I thought maybe you were playing games with me. Okay, drop out. Is it going to drop me out too, or I don't care if you have to drop out. Go ahead. Do what you got to do. If your camera just for what is causing that though? Are you dropping it? Are you bumping into it or something? I'm kind of curious. Or is it just because of is it because your settings are screwed up now that your camera got unplugged or something? Because usually all you have to do is go to settings and then change the audio and then it'll finally, oh, it's the restream. Okay. So what are we doing? Are we closing it out or what are we doing? So you just have to go out and come back in while I'll still be here. So you mean it's going to put me in the background? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're trying to tell me? So not panic and shut it all off. This is weird. Oh, I have to show. What does that mean? Oh, wow. It's all me. Internet range. Well, so you can't get back in? Yeah, he's more than muted. He left. I don't know what he said. He had to drop out, but I'm not sure what happens after that or how that changes anything. There he is. Oh, you can come back in.
You can hear me now, right?
Yes, I can. I hear you loud and clear.
You can see me too. Look at this.
Wow.
I know.
Oh, I thought that was a person there.
Where'd Lev go? He dropped out.
Dropped out. He said it's his internet or something. It's the range or something. Yeah.
It figures as much. Yeah.
22. 22. 20.
Let's take a look at the early bird a little bit more and see where he's. I mean, this has nothing to do with the topic at hand. It has nothing to do with flat Earth early bird. He's just on topics, being social. You get my point.
Barbara started singing. She says, "Let Ryan teach us how." Then she put notes. It's funny.
Nice. Ryan, go ahead. Show us how.
Show us how to what?
Sing.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
All I hear is some boom, 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 and somebody stare at us, trying to get on my nerves.
I think Lev's back again. Yep. Mm-hmm. There he is. Yeah, it's something about restream.
That's true. She's right though. Yeah, it's not a lie if you believe it. Yeah. If you really believe something, you can lie. You can lie, and it's still a lie. But if you really believe it, technically you're free from it, right? Because you're not aware that you're even wrong. Like if you think you're right, but you're not, it doesn't necessarily make you a liar. It just makes you wrong.
Well, he's quoting, right? George Costanza.
So it's what you're saying, Barb, is you've learned to convert it to being wrong instead of instead of lying.
That's Saddlebum, dude. That's not Jehovah. That's
I know.
Saddlebum.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry. It was right above hers, and so I got confused.
HD 404, not Mike. So
His microphones better than I do.
Yeah.
Well, we were working with like Dynamic and Shure and stuff when I was in the industry. We weren't doing studio stuff. This was like concert style. Oh, logical. Yeah. He's still in here? Huh.
the truth always comes out. So tell it. Yeah, sometimes it's easier to just admit shit's right. They just admit that you're some way. Like why hide yourself? Like why get involved in something and then suddenly just tell one little lie and then have to sit there and back it up? It's just dumb. I get it. I hear what she's talking about. I mean, there are cases where you're going to do that anyway because you really like to protect people's feelings and whatever to keep from going to prison or whatever. But I mean, I get it. We all have our own. But yeah, she's right though. I like what she has to say.
Yeah, he's all I can tell that R1 is still in here. He's just covering the topics, the news, and everything else too. So he's not really doing any real flat earth anything. Yeah,
I figured out. George Costanza gave it away. Yeah, I remember. I remember when he said that. I remember that because I was forced to watch that dumb show for years. Hated it.
You didn't like it?
I don't know why I didn't. I liked the one character, the crazy ass dude that lived next door to him or whatever.
Kramer.
Yeah, Kramer was my favorite, but I couldn't stand the rest of the show. I don't get New York comedy. It just doesn't. I don't know why. It just, to me, he was like, he reminds me of that chick that does, what's her name? She goes, she has this, he has that, that whiny ass fucking voice. And it just always drove me nuts. It was like, after a while, it's just like, he's not really saying anything different. He's just saying the same dumb joke and he's doing it in a different scene with a different person standing there looking at him. It's like, I don't know. I just got bored. I don't think he's funny. I just don't. Some of his shit's funny, but it's not like Jim Carrey, on the other hand. Like, I can sit there and watch like Cable Guy and laugh my ass off every time I watch that movie. Or like Me, Myself, and Irene. I can watch those two movies and laugh my ass off every time. Even though it's a stupid ass movie, I laugh every time. Because Jim Carrey is fucking funny, right? But Seinfeld's not funny. He's more like a dry, yippie or hippie or yuppie type of comedy. It's more like those uppity people that don't ever talk too loud or crack, like any passion at all. They're always like monotone. It's just, I don't know. It feels icky to me. It makes you feel phony.
What about
well, he had
something to have like a shtick and to act a certain way, like to have a voice or, like Cheech and Chong, like Chong, obviously he just played that dumb, like Oriental guy, he played that to a T to make it funny. That's why he was funny, right? Because he made fun, Cheech, right? It's like Cheech and Chong are like, they're funny because they make fun of their own silliness, right? Their own culture and stuff. And it's funny though, because to some people, we look at these culture things and we think they're funny. It's not that it's embarrassing. It's not that it's rude or disrespectful. It just seems silly. It's just weird to us, right? So we're going to laugh at it and we're going to think it's funny. So there's nothing wrong with that. Why take it personally? There's nothing wrong.
I got you. Yeah,
we running around drunk off their asses going, ah, ha, ha, ha. We think it's funny. It makes me laugh every time, and I get excited and I start doing it too because I think it's fun. But like it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I get a kick out of people's culture. I do. I love being like at a party where I have no idea what people are saying and just sitting there and listening to them talking in their own language. It's crazy, bro. I enjoy it. It's like, and I keep asking somebody, I'd be like, "What did he say?" Because I'm trying to figure out what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking right about now.
Time it's nothing major. It's funny as hell though. But I'm always like, what did he say?
What were you trying to say, Lev?
I'm grabbing the kid. I'm like, hey, kid, come here. What did that guy say? What did he say?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I got you, Ryan. That's good.
You know what I mean? Like, I get a kick out of that. I don't,
Lev's trying to say something for a little bit now.
Oh.
Sorry, you can't hear him over yourself, dude. It's fine. No, go ahead, Lev.
Like you were saying, like about
it's all right. Monologue much. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, like
Seinfeld.
Go ahead.
It was written by Larry David, wasn't it? So like the main character in Seinfeld, it weren't really his comedy as such. It was just kind of like playing the part. So like like Curb Your Enthusiasm. What did you think of that?
That was actually a funny show, but in a different way.
Yeah,
because because his dry humor was over the top and it was funny. Like he did nutty shit that I wish more people would do stupid stuff like because it's funny. But yeah, he's a little goofy. I understand why some people think he's goofy, but yeah, I like Larry David. But I just
Well,
didn't like Sunfield. Like, it's almost like it didn't feel right. Yeah, you're right.
You understand it's like a two-dimensional character they grew up. He had a one-line comedy hook. It's like,
Yeah.
what about this? What about
Right.
that? He's trying to relate to people. That's all he was doing.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they
and
added a laugh
it was
track.
cool
and that
then,
was it.
right? But then when they try to make a show out, it just kind of went too far. That's all. Like I said, a lot of people enjoyed it, and I'm sure that I'm not trying to say anything wrong about it. I'm just saying, I just thought it was kind of shallow and boring. That's all. That's all. There was a lot of funny things in there, like the soup, man. No soup for you. I mean, I won't forget some of those, but still.
You're not going to drop the Nazi word. He was a soup Nazi, dude. That's what.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I don't mind saying it, but because
Yeah.
Nazi, whatever. I mean, I look at every time I think of Nazi, I look up at the sky and think about how stupid that is. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, why would I even worry about it? Like, it's just a
Barbara
word.
likes Jerry Lewis herself, so.
Oh, I do like Jerry Lewis. Yeah, but Jerry Lewis was funny.
Lady.
But Jerry Lewis was funny because you wanted to be him to see what it would be like to act like that and see how people and watch people respond in the crazy ways they do. If you've ever done any street like comedian stuff, or if you've ever like just been a goofball like me and just like in a line of people like at a show or something, just start cracking jokes and start getting people to laugh and shit. I do it all the time. Like I'm entertaining that way sometimes. But like I'll go into a bar and start telling jokes, and next thing you know, the whole bar is like hopping. It's like everybody's yelling and screaming and having a good time. Sometimes it just takes a little while to break the ice, but I'm not afraid of it. I just run in there and dive in.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'll be right back.
Oh, you're gonna be right back. Oh, good. At least you didn't tell us you were gonna go pee. So anyway. Jerry Lewis was funny, but my favorite was before they fucked up Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was funny. Eddie Murphy was raw and dirty and funny and hilarious, and he made fun of his own, and he made fun of everybody else, and he was funny. He made fun of everything and everybody, and he was funny. I liked him. But then when Disney bought him or whatever, they signed the contract with Disney and they turned him into the Nutty Professor, he was still funny, but only because I remembered, you know what I mean? Because I remembered him being who he is and seeing him in that part and doing those things was funny then. But then after a while, it was like, it wasn't so funny anymore because he wasn't the same comedian. He wasn't him anymore, Like that's the way I felt.
Yeah.
I'm sure he
It
felt
was
that
like
way
a
too.
commercialized version of him. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
it. It's like everything since that hurt period, it changed.
I wish he wouldn't have signed that contract with Disney. I wish he would have stayed just that street comic that he was. He was good at that. I liked that, yeah. And he did some good movies too. I mean, Beverly Hills Cop, I've watched that. I've seen that probably more than I've seen any other movie in my life. I watched that movie every day for years when I was a teenager, bro. Every day we just play that movie over and over and over and over and just sing along to the music in the background and whatever while we were doing whatever. And like I remember that for all summer long. Just watching that and like Weird Science and a bunch of other movies. Because my stepdad recorded all these movies off Showtime and HBO. Like when cable first got really popular, when you could get pretty much any movie, once they came out on Showtime, we could record them and then we'd watch them over and over and over. It's fun. Being a kid was fun, man. I miss it. I try not to grow up, but you can't really help it. You have to be responsible for yourself. But I wish it could go back to the way where I just ran around and did what I wanted and chased girls and didn't have to worry about nothing. That would have been nice, but we all know that can't last forever. Things used to be so much more interesting.
I had to do two things really quick. Leslie sent me a video just now. I got Discord working, so he's sending me stuff again. It's Andrew Johnson, and they're reviewing it. I don't think it's the whole thing.
Okay.
Andrew did it. I put it in comments. So.
Do you want to check it out?
That's what I'm doing now.
Okay.
That's the video. If you want to go grab it.
All right. Is it another interview?
I think they're just reviewing Andrew Johnson's interview.
It's going over what? Okay, going over what?
It's not him doing it. It's I think it's I don't know if it's Sean Hawkins or not.
Oh.
But I think maybe he put together what they're reviewing over on that side.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's called Interruption. Is the name of it. Interruption.
Boy, here we go.
I think this is Andrew Johnson. Maybe.
Eruption.
Interruption.
Okay. Now it really sounds fast.
It does, doesn't it?
Eruption
Let's
was
see
a
if I
better one. I liked Eruption better.
can- And PJ
Even
will be on in 30
Even
minutes.
Erection would have been better.
Yeah. It
That
happens
would've got
every
people's
morning.
attention, right? Just name your show Erection. That'll get people. They'll be like, "What?" Like, we got to go see what's on there.
Okay, can you see it on screen now?
What this is. Interruption.
Yeah.
More like interracial. Okay.
Yeah, I
Interruption.
like interracial.
Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Let's see what it is.
I'm
So,
going to hit play.
oh, they're going to show him how many times he interrupted everybody and then said he.
It
not
probably
to-
is.
I just need 10 seconds.
10 seconds. I don't know if it's. I think it's going to be the other side of that. Whenever I tell him to
Okay.
shut up while Dave's talking,
Okay, I got
shut up.
you. Here we go.
How you doing, Flat? You good? Are you looking forward to Andrew Johnson tonight? Because I'm not.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to laugh.
Yeah. I mean, I will be there. I'll be there, but I'll just be quiet. And I'm hoping Vicky's not in the chat because I know
Yeah,
he's-
look, he's gonna present uninterrupted, and then we'll go it. Hello, Fleurs. What's up? Good to see you all. Thank you all for coming. I'm glad you could make it. It's going to be exciting because we have Andrew Johnson here to present his debunk of the flat Earth. So it's going to be quite interesting. We got the boss Michael Kahn, Roger, PJ, Ryan, and Dave Soul in as well. Good to see you guys. Hope you're all doing well. Well, let's get into it. But before we do, please, guys, hit the likes, share the show, show some Andrew some support as well, because he is here. And yeah, we'll give you uninterrupted presentation time. And good to see you, man.
So Sob says you have to prove it's gravity. Well, I made a prediction based on gravity of what I thought would happen, and Harry's test here confirms that
I think
prediction.
this is Andrew's
It worked
video.
exactly as I expected it would.
Yeah.
So at the moment we haven't falsified the gravity because I found something that matches the predictions of gravity. Sob said it would equalize the pressure. That was his prediction
Over time.
based on I don't know whatever he thinks.
I'd like to see how this apparatus set up, anyways.
Yeah, I can show that in a minute.
I'd show the demonstration and
Yeah,
then we'll
absolutely.
discuss demonstration and
Yeah,
then we'll
absolutely.
discuss.
Presentation time. And
And so it ends up forming a graduated
Yeah, this
air
is
column.
Andrew's video.
And that's what the same thing happens
No, we don't have
inside a
column.
sealed
You
tube.
can't have a column of air. You don't have.
No.
yeah, we'll give you uninterrupted presentation time. And
Works. I
So
know
we're just gonna go this over.
a prediction on what would happen if I put
That's
something in
not
a
a
cylinder and turned it. I think, let me finish. I hope
you're claiming science, but it's not science.
I mean, Flats, just keep saying those aphorisms.
I'm going to tell you.
Ron, what was your
Claiming
independent variable? What was your independent variable? What was your
So-
dependent variable? And what
This
were
is
your
two shows
control
in one,
variables?
dude.
That's
Close the hole
science.
for a moment. Close the hole for a moment.
We were there for this.
So I made a prediction,
Yeah, I
a
was
hypothesis, and I made a
definitely
prediction of
there.
what would happen if I
And I
bottled
stayed out of it
shit.
because
and turned it up
Dave
and
was
down.
doing
I
quite
now
well.
Gives a
had
shit.
Harry Callahan.
Interrupting. And
Predictions don't mean
You know what I mean?
shit until you verify
He was already hot on
the
his trail,
result.
so
I
I
will
was
give you
staying out.
uninterrupted presentation time.
Yeah, I
and-
get it.
Enough of that. In
You know
my-
what I mean?
fair
Like,
enough.
of course
just
you
do
have,
right there
because
by
you-
saying
I'm
that-
like reading and I'm chatting away because I'm trying to stay out of it because I wanted to say something, but I knew better.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to interrupt him. As a matter of fact, I was trying to separate Sob and him talking over each other. That's what I was trying to do.
I know you were. I know I saw you trying, but I just tried to keep my mouth shut the whole time the best I could. That's all I tried to do.
Yeah, well, we saw his data. We saw what it represented. It represented the air pressure that surrounded us too, but it didn't. He didn't give it time to
I did
equalize
listen
either.
to almost every bit of this though. I didn't. I only missed just the end of it where I dropped out early because my internet was,
Yeah.
was bad, and I just said,
Yeah.
"Fuck it." I was like,
Well,
I got shit to do. You know.
the guy that did the demonstration has actually been proven to did fraudulent
Right.
experiments before.
Okay.
And Brian, I'm going to go through Brian's channel and find he's debunked him already. He's proven to be lying
Such a
about it.
rude twit. I don't know why you guys bother giving people away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I mean, we're doing it, just basically for flats, checking it out for that. But
I was just looking at what he had to say.
I hear you
Yeah.
though, Barbara.
That's all I wanted to get out of that. That's pretty much what he was just doing. He's just painting one side of the argument. But we're going to give him room to pull out the pseudo experiment and prove that it proves gravity. So,
Right.
but
it's
the
not.
thing is, I want to do it for myself, then
It's
demonstrate
gravity.
it for him. If he wants to come on, we'll actually do the experiment in real time, and
Right.
not just film it. You know what I'm saying? Do it on the show.
Mhm.
I'll go get a tube, 2 sensors, and we'll demonstrate it. Yeah, why not? That's the kind of stuff they swear we're not taking them serious. You know?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think we already know what would happen.
Yeah,
It
we
still
predicted
be
it
the
would
same way.
equalize.
They would still make excuses. They would still have some reason. They would find some reason, or they would.
Yeah, but
just
you see,
try
that's what I want to get over, like the mentality. Oh, they'll still
I
do
know,
this.
I do
want
too,
do
but
it.
I'm not sure
Like,
that they're going to let you do that. That's the
who's gonna
thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I have my own show, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I want to do the same
Yeah.
thing. I want to be able to like
That's
talk to
why I
them and
asked
then
people.
not give me
So
what
if
they're
I do
trying to
if I go
get
do the experiment
easier.
right here, yeah, and not to say all their excuses are gonna make. I'm gonna put them through the fire, dude. If you want to do this, I'll get a sealed tube and I'll measure the
I'm right
pressure
with
in
you,
it,
bro.
flip it up, vertical,
I'm right with you.
horizontal, hang it upside
But I have
down,
a
throw it
feeling
out
that
the
they're
window.
going to catch on and they're going to run like a son of a bitch.
I don't care. Then they'll shut the fuck up. You know what I'm
maybe.
saying?
Maybe.
Yeah. It's not a maybe thing, dude. You can't overcome the truth. It's just one of those things. And that's where we're getting in these gray areas with these experiments. And that's what Brian did for the first 2 years he was out here. He would debunk their fucking horse crap. And that's what I want to do. Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. Is just I just want to show people that care. Show people that want to know. They want to know the truth. Then I'll show you how to find out for yourself. I'll demonstrate the experiment. You go out there and do one of your own, and then you'll know too, right? It's that simple. Then when you go into the argument when it comes to like what the shape of the earth and all that is, then you at least know what you're dealing with, and you know why, and you'll start to understand why we get frustrated with people that just come in and tell us we're wrong, even though they don't really have any evidence. And I don't understand why none of them never do. It's like frustrating because it's just, you can just tell it's obviously a game. They're just playing a game.
Yeah.
They don't really care whether you're right or wrong. It's just about them making you look bad. That's all it is. And it's shallow. Sometimes I wonder what the point is if you're not getting paid or whatever for it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But.
No, they have a point to prove, and they're doing like hardware store style experiments, which we could do this as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And get our own.
That's true too. The experiments they do easily shown. Yeah, right.
That's why they went with Einstein's mathematics and just theories. It's just a lot easier to teach it than actually demonstrate what they're talking, because they can't really demonstrate what they're talking about because they don't have Newtonian gravity in free space.
Not only that, they can't turn gravity off and on. There's a lot of things they can't do, and that's why we like to stick with stuff that we know and we have tangible evidence for.
Yeah, they do science.
We know at least we're on the right side of truth, right? That's the issue here.
Well, what they do is they try to falsify every variable and then get to what could be clean, instead of actually
instead of just accepting that. Okay, I was wrong about that, so let's move to the next thing and find out why I was wrong. Yeah, because that's what
they make a prediction based on the measurement of gravity, because there has to be gravitational.
Let's hide it in case we're wrong, right?
Well, no, they got these measurements way before he even got here. What would happen in a cylinder or tube, what a gradient is, and gradients can be due to a pressurized container, and they are. But there's other variables like temperature and everything else, and Saab's telling them this stuff. But if you did fill a tube with air, capped it off, let it be, it would equalize.
Yeah.
I don't think it would go fully. Outside of the container, the higher you go, gets less. That's just the fact. Yeah, but if you had an airtight cylinder, you fill it with pressurized air and put it in a vacuum, then you would determine whether it goes down or not. And that's what Saab was aiming at to begin with, after the fact of what the little tube there. We had a guy in the back. I'm trying to remember the guy that was in there. He was actually demonstrating all the stuff that they were going to talk about in his memes during the show. Go back and watch the show. I'll show you. He knew what experiment they did way before they did it. This is all planned out. Yeah, they knew what he was going to do. They knew what his demonstration was way before he even got here. They've seen it before. So, there's not much you can do about it. But the idea that what the whole discussion was to begin with was, can you prove gravity affects gas? No, it doesn't affect gases. It affects the stuff in gases in the air, and not gravity. It's the weight of the dust, the other particles that are in there.
Oh yeah,
and water vapor and all the rest of it.
Right.
That's what creates a gradient.
Yeah.
But they swear it's gravity that causes everything to stay down here to start with.
Well,
Yeah.
because there's a magnetic nature to things going down, it causes them to stack on each other, like water does in a pool. You know, you have
Yeah, but
a limited
there's other
area,
things.
and you stack up water. It gets heavy, and of course, you can only stack it so high. So I can imagine that the ocean can only be so deep, because otherwise the pressure would build up so much it would boil, right?
Yeah.
So we know the ocean is only so deep. Like, it's impossible for it to be any deeper than a certain amount, because regular water would boil otherwise, right? Get it? You get where I'm coming, which is really weird, because I never really thought about that part, and it makes me wonder if there is a water below that, if there's a separate layer of water, like they say in the Bible, whether it's different than the one. It just makes makes my brain go all over the place now. But
yeah, well, they've never proven gravity. That's what they're
I
trying.
know that, but I'm saying
it's the motivation behind the whole experiment to start with. They're trying to give a rate of fall. It is gravity. Did Lev want to come back in? He left, but I thought I heard him come back in. Oh, there he is. He came in. There he is. He dropped back out again.
Just gotta go for dinner. See you guys.
Good.
See you later.
Enjoy your dinner, Logical. So I want to do their experiment and get my own results and give a prediction of my own.
Yes.
And I'll use RDD. I'll use density and tell them that I proved that density and buoyancy. That certain things in the atmosphere are heavier than other things in the atmosphere, and give them, a particle rate or whatever they want to. I can give them the same numbers, dude. That's all it is. But they have to have gravity for their pseudo model to work.
Yeah.
Their grade pseudo model.
Even though when you really like look at the
colleges
math, it really kind of gets rid of it, right? It kind of goes around using it at all. It's basically talking about a density, a base density or whatever, an attraction, rather than, but they describe it in some way that makes it seem like it. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's always
they can't explain a Van de Graaff generator, let alone how hydrogen and helium work and make things rise up.
I can explain a Van de Graaff generator, but I can't explain it in scientific terms. I can just tell you that, look, you can take cat hair and put it inside this wheel, and you can make this thing build up electricity like crazy, and zap people with it.
They get a current flowing between two different plates, a positive and a negative charge, and you can actually, when you turn it on, it'll lift lighter objects.
Yes, and you can also like shoot things off the table and stuff because when you point, it'll point like energy will come out. Yeah, like
and it's not magnetism.
Whatever it causes it to ionize because of the electricity field. It's just really crazy.
Yeah, it's not magnetism.
Your hair stands on end, and the cats love it. That's how cats keep fleas off. You know that, right?
Yeah. So now we're going to go down that Austin Whitsitt pseudoscience trail, and I don't mind that at all. I don't mind the parlor tricks. They're both parlor tricks. They're on both sides. One's gravity, one's an electronic or electromagnetic.
They make stuff look like a butthole. Like, why when they advertise rings, do they always put it in some kind of setting that looks like a butt crack? It looks like a ring stuck in a butt crack.
I don't know.
I don't understand that.
But PJ's coming on soon, dude.
I know.
He's going to be on 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I told him I wasn't going on. I was going to do a premiere, put it together with you, but I wanted to get everybody's thoughts on a premiere, what they want to see.
Okay, so did we get any answers?
We did. They want to see flat Earth stuff and experiments. That's basically.
I told you that's probably because that's what I want to do, and so I'm just hoping that everybody was going to agree with me. Actually, I wasn't necessarily.
Angela Baby Carson wants to see an upward rise in Earth experiment. I could take Dell's experiments and use them. It's not hard to do.
Oh, you mean just show whether they're real or not? Oh, that'd be
we'll walk through the experiments. Period. Go through. He's got demonstrations. They're not full experiments. They're demonstrations of what happens.
Whatever it is,
with density and buoyancy.
Well, maybe we can figure out what tricked him into believing that. Whatever. I don't know. If I'm trying to think of how that's going to help me, though. You know, like usually when I'm going to do something and get involved in it, it's because it's going to do something for me. Like, this experiment's going to help me because I'm going to be able to present this to my friends. And whenever they ask me, how do you know the Earth's flat? I can show them. No more of this, I could take you to the ocean and show you, but because I can't, right? So every time somebody
you sound like Sean
actually
Hawkins
might listen to me, right? And I tell them, well, let me just tell you this. I don't have a lot of time to talk to you right now, but I want to give you enough to where you're going to do some research. Like, look this up or look that up. I'll tell them that. Or I'll say, well, what about this? And I'll get them to question the narrative, right? I'll think of something based on what they're talking to me about, what they're interested in. And I'll come up with some kind of narrative to get them on the track, to get them to go and research and find
some of the other things like I did, the 200 proofs and things like that, even though I wouldn't necessarily give that directly to somebody, but they have to find it on their own. So I just lead them to the right direction. And generally that does it. Usually after within 3 to 6 months, I'll hear something back eventually from somebody. The next time I see them or I'll run across, like they'll be like, hey, I looked up on that and I didn't see nothing, or they'll give me some excuse for what they saw and they'll tell me the video they watched. And I'll be like, well, did you ever think about this? Like when you watched the first 5 videos on that list, what did you notice about it? And then they'll be like, oh, I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. I said, well, see, so you just thought it was silly and dumb, right? You could tell it was just a hit piece, right? And he goes, well, yeah, kind of. I didn't watch it because I thought like maybe this was something, and I go, so basically because the way it was presented, it confused you into thinking that you should just believe it and move on because obviously, like something's not right here, right? So you just, and he goes, yeah, basically. He goes, it's like, they didn't really tell me that I was wrong or that anybody was right. They just kept saying this about that, and I got caught up in that. So that's basically all they're doing is they're just trying to make me look I'm trying to claim that I believe, right? Or whatever they think, they call it a belief, whatever. But it's frustrating. So I want to be able to actually slap it and go slap you upside the head with it and go, look, here's exactly what I did to prove it to myself. You want to go do it? You go ahead, but here's my video. So you go online and you click this button and you watch my video and you'll see me standing on the beach with my other buddy over there and you'll see that there ain't no damn going over no curb. It's bullshit. So now that we know that it's bullshit, let's move on. You know what I mean? Let's stop arguing about it and saying that everybody who believes the Earth's flat is crazy and move on, bro. It's
because they're intellectual superior to us because they actually know all the pseudoscience.
To anybody, all I need to do is know what the fucking truth is, bro. Right?
Yeah.
That's why I said
I got it, dude.
We argue.
It's a class war, dude. It's really what it boils down to.
Yeah, it's like it ends up being, it ends up being this vicious cycle of like, no, but this, it's like. Why do we want to go there?
We've kept 10 people almost entertained for like an hour and a half now, sir. So.
I know. Well, I'm entertaining by myself because I'm just a little weird. And some people are interested.
Are you? Some people like to hear your rants too, dude. I'm telling you, they love
sometimes. Yeah. Well, I rant about things that are actually logical, though. Like most of the time when I'm bitching and complaining, it's because I'm upset about something that's not right, and I'm right when I say that people shouldn't be like that. That's why it upsets people, and so when I get affected by that, it upsets me. It's like. I have to go and ask them, I say, did you realize that when you do that, this is what it causes other people to think about you? And is that really what you want to do with your life is go around acting that way and treating people in that way to where that they end up not wanting anything to do with you just because you seem like this standoffish asshole kind of person? I mean, maybe it protects you in some sense, but is that really how you want to act? And sometimes they'll be like, no, that's not really what I was trying to do. And then they'll back out, they'll back up, and they'll be like, no, that's cool. I wasn't, like you could totally
Sorry about that.
But I think the best way to deal with a real asshole is to be nice to him. It really is. It's the best thing to do. Be nice to him. It'll fuck him up really bad. It always hurts. Dude, I've had people do that to me in the past, and it literally made me so angry I almost hit the guy because he was being so nice to me, and it made me look like such an asshole, and it pissed me off, I was like, how dare, and this was like before I even fucking talked about flat earth that was back then, and I remember those a couple times where somebody manipulated the shit out of me. I got a taste of my own medicine or whatever you want to call it. Did you? Oh yeah, it's been many times. My stepmom's the one who taught me how to be this way, by the way. She's I think she did it because it was the only way she could control me, but she also created a monster. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
can I ask Sheldon a question right quick? Or Lev, he's going to call him Lev Kung Fu. Are you still here, sir? You didn't fall asleep yet. Ryan will got the melatonin voice, so he'll put you to sleep.
Hey, watch it. I can get excited again, but then I get yelled at by my wife. She's like, shut up out there. I can hear you inside the house.
I can hear that happen. You want to do that Thursday, right? I try to talk, and here we go again. I'm trying to ask my question. Hey, Lev, are you still here? I don't know if you can talk, dude. Sorry. Hey, are you there, Lev? Give him a minute. I was going to ask about next Thursday. He wanted to come over and present his first documentary and work his way through them. That's before I forgot about it.
That's right.
And I wanted.
We got to pay more attention to that shit.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up some of Tent Band's videos and stuff, and if you want to know how level your realm is, it'll answer your questions.
I know there's lots of videos that I'm saying, I want to do mine.
I really
Well, he fed he spoon fed us the whole thing the whole time, and we didn't realize what he was doing. He was walking us through the almanacs and showing you how they make the magic work.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what most people find out really quickly. And the only problem with me is that costs a lot of money to find all that shit. You end up buying
Yeah,
maps.
it cost him like
it costs
$5,000 or more
Yeah.
just for his first book set.
Right. And I found out really quickly that if you want to like know the truth, you have to put your money where your mouth is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a couple of books. I bought a book on the California Code. It cost me quite a bit, but I bought one anyway. And I bought some other books about law and all that. But
Let me make sure he's not muted right quick.
But I spent money on books. Like I bought a exhaustive thing for my Bible, so that I know all of the Hebrew words are and all that, so that way I can study it like everybody else does. Even though I don't necessarily know what those little shape marks mean necessarily. I know what some of them are, but Hebrew is still not.
So you bought a concordance. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a concordance. So, and but once I realized what that gave me the ability to do, I realized why they made it. Like first I was like, why does this, like, look at it, it's 3 times as thick as the Bible. Like, why is it all, everything's written in there over and over and over. It's like, and then my dad finally, he goes, well, do you understand how to use it? And I just looked at the very beginning. I was like, well, yeah, I kind of get where it is. It's basically, it tells you where every word in the Bible is, right? He goes, yeah, basically. And I said, well, what happens if they start changing the words? And he goes, that doesn't happen. I go, what do you mean it doesn't happen? I said, as the time goes by, they're going to start retranslating it. I said, you don't expect that? He goes, no. I said, well, I think you're wrong, but I said, why wouldn't they? If they come up with a better translation or some other way to explain it better, maybe they would change it. I don't know. Why wouldn't they if they did, though? But you would think an honest look at it, or an honest scholar would, right? Like if he found out he made a mistake on one word or whatever that changed something important, he would share it.
Yeah, I want to give you a good read if you want to know why scholars do twist a lot of their philosophies and what they read up. There's a book by C.S. Lewis. There's a series he wrote, and he kind of puts it into what the universities. Of course, he was a professor too.
Who's your favorite?
Between who?
Not
Where?
Between who. Who is your favorite person in history that was a believer that you heard on the radio or TV or whatever? Who's your favorite?
Believer? Like believer in what?
God.
That's a broad, okay.
Preacher or whatever.
I don't think I ever had a particular favorite preacher, but the preachers that I have met, like the big preachers.
Well, don't get me wrong. I've had bad experiences with them where I believe, I thought they were cool and then found out they weren't. Yeah, you're going to be live in 10 minutes. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean, right?
Let's see. If I could boil it down for you, I usually go by what I've met, and I would have to say one of the kindest, sincere preachers I've met would be Dad Hagin, Kenneth E. Hagin, like down to earth kind of preacher.
I like Vernon McGee.
I don't know who that is. You'll have to pull him up and.
It's called Through the Bible. Have you ever heard of it? Through the Bible. And he used to do a thing every week where he'd go on and he would read a certain spot of the Bible. Like he would spend 15, 20 minutes or whatever, however long his show was, where he would talk about he would read part of the Bible and then he'd talk about what it meant, and he would go back and, basically just going over what it means and going back to the roots and stuff like that, and talking about other references in the Bible. Just basically a study, but walking through the Bible from the beginning to the end. And he actually has the whole thing online, and you can access it for free. So anyway.
Yeah, I got.
He was Jay
I got
Vernon
his link.
And if you look it up, you'll see that he did a radio show with the entire Bible. He's gone through the entire Bible, all the way through a couple of times actually, and he finally got it all put together and put it on the internet so we could share it. And then he passed away. So. But anyway, I just thought he was a great guy, and that's all he did. And you know what? The thing that I liked about him the most is that he didn't say a lot of things about what he thought things meant. He mostly would just tell you what he thinks references, but he would always say that one of his greatest things that he said a lot of is he would say, I wouldn't recommend taking my advice about this, but this is what I think. He would always say it like that.
to make sure that you knew that this is just his idea about what he thought. You know what I mean? And I always thought that was cool, and I was always kind of patterned that because I always thought that was a respectful way to do it. So I liked him for that. But he was kind of like a no frills, you know, and he had this great voice that was like really interesting. Like you'd have to check it out. If you want to just look up his name on the internet and pull up something, you can probably see what I'm talking about. But you don't have
Now,
to do it.
PJ's in the chat. Do you say hi to him?
Hi, PJ. How are you, dude? Peace. We're going to come over there in a minute.
Are we?
I am.
What's this wee stuff, boy? He's got 7 minutes. You're going to be over there in 7 minutes.
I didn't say I was going to leave here. I said I was going to go over there too.
Are you? Huh.
Maybe.
She tries to help when she can. Thanks, Barb. I appreciate it.
Be nice, man. What are you trying to be an ass?
I'm not being an ass, dude.
I'm ready to go to bed. I thought we were going to do like an hour. And we're already been an hour and a
Yeah,
half.
we weren't even going to do an hour. I was doing a half
Now you're
hour, but
making it
you're
sound like-
long-winded, dude. You really
I know
are.
I am. I told you that you got to expect at least 2 hours. It's like a 2 hour movie. If I
Dude,
make a movie, it's
I
gonna be
can't
12 hours.
afford to waste like some of these mornings. Like I actually do work the next day, kind of thing. Like, it gets hard every once in a while, and I will go online, but I won't go on shows. I'll just listen to them, you know. But it's not that point. It's fine, dude. It's all right.
Well, I'm just saying I'll be supportive. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'll be there for them. I always am. I try to be there for everybody. And if somebody else starts making a show that I like and I like what they're doing, I'm going to watch that too. It just is, you know, like. But eventually, I'm going to run out of time to do it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But you know, like I'm trying not to like think about that. I'll worry about that when it comes, right? Anyway, let's get me off of here though.
Get you off what?
Get me
What
off
do you
of
want, dude?
here. I said, get me off of here. So I won't keep talking.
I don't want to make Vicky jealous, but I'm going to say this.
Fisher too well. Very good.
Uh-huh.
My new favorite fish. Right on. Hi, Mac. How you doing, buddy? Only 20 to go. 20 to go to be 2 hours. Yeah. Okay, so what did you want to get to? Roger.
What are you saying? We got an hour longer than I thought I was going to go for that much. And Lev dropped out. So he's probably going over to PJ's. You froze, man. They're super. Is PJ still in the chat?
I don't know. Super Side
I think
Winner
he's
just said
coming
hi
in.
to
Hold
him.
on, somebody's. No, it's Shaolin again.
Yeah,
He's
see,
having
there
problems
you
with that
go.
button.
See, at least Scott knows what he's talking about. He says Ryan's long-windedness is sometimes true. So there you go. He's right. Sometimes something comes out of me and it's good. And other times it ain't with the shit. So that's true too. I got it.
I know. I get it. I like to get straight to the point. That's just the kind of guy I am.
I'll accept that.
Yeah. That was nice of him. Thanks, guy. I appreciate that. I wasn't trying to put him down. He does talk. Well, I think Shaolin's just having severe problems with his setup, man. Keeps dropping in and out. Where do we go from here? PJ?
I don't know. I'm waiting
You
for
ready?
you to like. I thought maybe you had something you were wanting to do, and I've been like,
No, not really. I'm already up now, and we're already at PJ show. So I was, I don't have any between time. I wasn't trying to be an ass about it. It's just like
for the gold. Yeah, well, it's us just sitting here going, "Duh, what are we gonna do?" Twiddle our thumbs. No, I thought maybe the reason why you were mentioning it is because you were wanting to be quick so we could still check out his show before we go to bed. Because I know
yeah, I'm going to. Yeah.
After one, I got to get up. Take like, oh wait, my kid doesn't have school all week. Oh, I could stay up as late as I want. Screw it, we're going.
Oh, there you go. We can just keep going until PJ starts, which is in like 4 minutes.
We'll just keep going until 4 minutes is down to zero.
Yeah.
That's true. We could do that.
Yeah. You got any more insight about people and their psychological problems, maybe?
Well, I don't know. I always go by what I go through, right? Like I base everything on my experience with psychological stuff. And I have all kinds of problems, right? I deal with all kinds of problems because, I had a lot of shit bad happen to me when I was a little kid. And it made my head a little wacky. So I have to deal with that. But you know what? Everybody that's like me can live a normal life. You just have to learn how to cope with it. Like it's just about coping. It's about learning skills. It's about having a backup plan. It's about having people to support you and understand you and telling the truth to people so they know what kind of person you really are and they can help you. But if you don't tell people the truth about you and your issues, then they're not going to understand, much less want to help you. They're just going to run from you whenever you start, acting not normal. So, I mean, if you look at the example of Arwen, I mean, obviously Arwen wasn't like that when I first started seeing him on here, right? And he seemed like he had his shit together, and then now he seems like he's like as if he's just psychologically at the end of his rope because things have gone a way he didn't want them to go, and that's sad.
All right, I'm going to cut you off right quick. We're almost in with him. So Barb was saying that we should stream ours on his, but we can't be in his room and watch his video with him and help him with. We'll be sitting there watching him go through a video he got by himself, which is kind of hard if you've ever done this side of it.
Well, yeah, and it gets monotonous. I know, but I mean, I get it. I mean, I was thinking we could do that, but I mean, I'm not really sure. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know.
So what I do is I link his video to my stream and I broadcast it on my channel. That way I can actually be in with PJ and actually help him with what he's reviewing or whatnot. Help keep him company basically while he's back.
Well, yeah, that's usually why I go on there is just to be there to make jokes and have a good time and keep him, or distract him a little bit just to make because it makes it interesting. But I don't do it to make him mad, but sometimes he does get mad at me.
Super's going to premiere a video in 14 hours, dude. Yeah, you hear me?
No.
Super's going to premiere a video in 14 hours.
All right, nice,
sir.
Good.
We'll definitely be watching it.
Check it out.
I like the stuff he did with Boston Ray and some of the garages and stuff. When you look up his older videos, he's down to earth. I like Super Sidewinder. He's out there with people, unlike celebrities and stuck up people. He's real to it, All right.
I'll tell you who I like. Well, you already know. Besides Tom McDonald, I like what's his name, the Guru guy. I like him a lot. I had a couple conversations with him, and he's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, I've not talked to him, but I've had him come in shows with us.
Yeah. I mean, I actually had a conversation in a room, just me and him. We were just the only one in there. It was pretty cool. Yeah. I had like a half an hour conversation, and I asked him a bunch of silly questions. I was just curious about it, and how he comes up with his ideas and all that, and who helps him. And, totally.
All right, we got like 20 seconds, dude. We should say goodbye to everybody. Join us on PJ's, and I'll be streaming on this channel too. I'll restream them as we go. Barbara, are you going to be awake?
Thank you.
Make a pot of coffee. Get some tea. Who is Mad Mac? Anyways, I've never really met him. He's from your channel. He's pairing to us. So, is it somebody you know personally?
Huh?
Is it somebody you know? That's what I'm asking. Mad Mac. He's from your channel?
Well, he's also all over. He's in a lot of channels. He's been on Sobs. He's on Sobs all the time. He's all over the place. He's on a lot of flutter stuff that I'm on. I'm not sure if he follows me or if I just seem to bump into him or not. But he seems like I don't know much about him, but I've seen him in the chat a lot, and he always says good things. So yeah, I mean, I'm just responding. Of course,
dude, we should be over there. Say bye.